Konnichiwa, Samurai James here. I'm going to be opening a Tanegashima Teppo by Iron Mountain Armory that I actually received from the company who is doing a production of Shogun. So, let's get started. Okay, now as I mentioned, this is made by Iron Mountain Armory. However, it was actually shipped from the production company that is working on the Shogun series. So this is not how Iron Mountain Armory has packaged it. And I'm going to go ahead and open it up, and I'm going to point out one thing that I know ahead of time is an issue with it. And based on that issue, I got a discount, so I'm full well aware of it, but for the rest of it, I have not seen it yet. So let's go ahead and open it up. I'm opening here with a modern take on a Tanto. This is by Stone Built Knives. I'll have some information in the description. It was purchased directly from Iron Mountain Armory, but it was not shipped directly by them. It was shipped by the client who had purchased it from them. Alright, this is what I wanted to see. Alright, let's get this set off to the side. Alright. Cool, so onwards. Now once I get this open, I'm going to be talking a little bit about how this was used with the samurai. Yes, the samurai certainly did use guns. Thousands of them did. It's a modern, somewhat of a myth that the samurai would not use firearms. They did, and they did so to great effect. Tanegashima was one of the main fabrication points for firearms in Japan once they were introduced by the Portuguese. So this is a non-firing replica. The thing that I know, and the reason it was discounted, is you can see here on the site that the barrel is canted a little bit. That's why they gave the discount on it. So I'm going to be disassembling this, straightening the barrel out so that the sights line up, and then showing that for the rest of the information. However, first looks here at it, fittings look nice and good, everything is good on that. There is that's kind of cool. So again, non-firing, but you can pull the trigger to actually put the hammer down. Got a little bit of the cord there that they would have used. Yeah, very nice assembly to it there. Little details on the rivets. I'll have some pictures of this as I go back and edit it. Some nice brass bands here to help hold it in place. And the end is open. That's cool. Sometimes on these non-firing replicas, I've heard that they actually have like a solid barrel, which seems kind of strange, like it's got like a plug in the end. Not specifically for this, but just replicas in general, Civil War and Revolutionary War, whatever else like that. Very good fittings. It looks like it's maybe acid etched or something. It's really cool. It's not the fully pierced that they have for the armor and everything. It's very reminiscent of what I've seen for a handful of European older firearms for that. So very, very cool. So we're going to take a break. I'm going to go ahead and fix the barrel on this. It was a pretty easy fix. You can see I've taken it apart into the individual pieces here. The barrel itself in the two separate pieces. We can see that two of the holes were not lined up here in the barrel, but one of them here was in a good spot, so I used that as my orientation mark so that I could get the rest drilled. Right here there was a small nick in the stock. That wasn't a big deal. I just went ahead and sanded that down flush and everything worked fine sitting over top of it. Here we can see where I've got the two pieces of the stock assembled there with the barrel lined up on it, and here's another angle showing that it's lined up with the two pieces with the brass. Here's an overhead view showing where the bands are lined up with the barrel. There's the barrel lined up at the end to make sure that it's butted up properly. And here you can see where all three pieces have been assembled with the little brass bands. Looking straight on, we can see it's nice and dead centered now. And here's a view from above showing that it's nice and lined up. And since it's an octagonal barrel, it's real easy to see. Here's another view showing the partial sight there to make sure that we can line it up. And here's the critical part right up at the very top towards the handle where we can see that it lines up nice and perfectly inside of that recessed part in the brass. So we know everything's nice and lined up. It was a pretty easy fix. I'm definitely happy with it. Now I bought this knowing that the barrel was at an angle. Since it failed quality control, they put it for sale at a discount. You can find these in the stocks and sales section on the Samurai Armor website. I'll have a link to that below. There's also a Facebook group that has some items for sale, sometimes that are blemished or otherwise failed quality control. So if you're looking for deals on things that might have minor things or things you can fix, take a look at it. And that's it for this video. This is Samurai James saying thanks for watching and sayonara.
Pew pew.